Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Revealed. Today we're going to be talking about the Bethesda E3 conference that just happened. Well, for me it just happened about 2 hours, or it just ended about an hour ago, and I gotta say, it started off very strong and then ended very just mediocre in my opinion. It could have been better. But it did have a lot of good reveals that you were going to love, because I know I for damn sure did love it, and it was amazing just to see all the stuff coming out. And I am really excited, but I'm sort of sad we didn't see some stuff from some games. We'll get to that. But for right now, here it is, the releases, or the announcements that were made at E3's 2016 Bethesda's conference. Yes, you read right. Quake. The official title for the game is called Quake Champions, and it's going to be what seems to be a multiplayer focused game only. The trailer showed two what seemed to be teammates fighting out, and they were eventually defeated by one person, and then it showed one of the players eventually respawning. So it seems like it's going to be mostly a multiplayer focused game, and it's said it's going to be having unique characters, diverse attributes and characteristics each character, and more is going to be revealed at this year's QuakeCon, and also Bethesda is going to be supporting more tournaments and esports tourneys for the video game coming out. So it is really exciting. I've actually never played a Quake, so I can't really say much on it, but from what I know, it does look fantastic, and I've watched gameplay on it. It does look amazing, and it seems really exciting. And the trailer that was shown looked absolutely awesome. So I am really excited about this game because this game is different. It looks great. It looks beautiful. It looks awesome. It reminds me so much of what games back then used to be, but it has that new feeling towards it. So I cannot wait for this game to be coming out. It looks amazing. Okay guys, so there's a few things that were a bit scattered throughout the conference, and that was between the Fallout 4 information, and then it came out with a little bit of the Elder Scrolls Legends, which I'll get to that later, and then it went back to Fallout 4 stuff, so we're just going to get all the Fallout 4 stuff out of the way right now. Alright, so Fallout 4 mods will be available for consoles. Pete Hines announced that the mod support will be available soon for Xbox One and soon the PlayStation 4, and that is going to be fantastic because I am really looking forward to the fact that they're going to be adding mods to Fallout 4. Fallout 4 has become one of my favorite games. It's truly fun. I've played a lot. I put a lot of time and effort into the game. I cannot wait. And not to mention, there's going to be more DLC coming out. They announced a lot of DLC packs, including more stuff that added a lot more customization to the game. It's going from elevators, armor packs, track kits, conveyor belts, and a lot more, all coming out next week alone. And they're adding a build your own vault DLC that will be coming July 2016, where you can even experiment on dwellers there. That just sounds amazing. It's like they're adding the Fallout shelter for the mobile game for your phone into the game. That piques my curiosity, and more than anything, because I love the whole crafting system involved with Fallout 4. It looks amazing, and what was seen, I cannot absolutely wait for this game, for this DLC to come out, and it comes out next month too, which is awesome. And it makes me so happy because I thought Far Harbor would be the last DLC coming out for Fallout, and it makes me so happy to see that there's even more stuff coming out. And then there's another, and lastly, what was shown for Fallout 4 itself is Nuka World, and it said, and I quote on the sign in the trailer, "Book your wasteland vacation," and it looked like a theme park, so it looks amazing. Everything that's about to come to Fallout 4, and it didn't say actually what time or what a specific time when this would come out. I'm gonna guess probably around either August or maybe September, because it's getting to around that time. But it looks amazing, and I cannot wait, and I'm so glad they added more stuff about Fallout 4 in this whole segment. Now, while we're on the topic of Fallout Shelter is also getting a lot more updates. It's getting new combat characters, exploration, wow, sorry, and quests, and it's adding a lot more new stuff to the game, and it will all be available in July 2016, and it will be available now for PC, so that's also a huge Yep, Skyrim is going to be remastered. It was attached on to the very last segment of the Fallout information, and attached this at the very end. Skyrim will be remastered. It's going to have upgraded graphics and art, and mods will be available on consoles, so I cannot wait. Skyrim is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. I was even just considering buying a PC just so I can get this game, and now it's all coming with all the mods and should have all the DLC. And the date wasn't specified, but I'm going to guess around November. And I am just absolutely excited and stoked for this game. It is going to be phenomenal, and I will be having it on my channel once it comes out, because I will be getting it day one pretty much. Now I know you guys are thinking, Prey. This is the game everyone's been waiting for, that has been delayed and delayed and delayed, and no one ever heard anything ever from it ever since it was confirmed in 2012. Sadly, this isn't it. This is going to be Arcane Studios' new game. It's a brand new IP, and it's pretty much in the trailer. You see a man named Morgan. They state a man named Morgan, and his last name is seen on his jacket of his suit, and it says "you." So I'm going to speculate that your man's name is the main character is called Morgan Yu, and it's based in the year 2032, and you are on the ship called the Swan. Now, it's unique because it has 3 days of the beginning of the trailer, and it shows your character doing the same thing, but his eyes are progressively getting more red. So you're wondering what it's doing. But then that 3rd day, he walks in the office and he goes, "Are you ready for the test, sir?" or whatever his name was. Or whatever the character said, and I don't remember exactly. But basically, you are the key subject of an experiment on a ship called the Swan, and is then boarded by an alien race. And then everything goes wrong, you have to help solve things, and you must survive using anything at your disposal. And it will be available next year on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I'm going to apologize now, my information on Doom is a bit vague, because I was still trying to get down the information from Arcane Studios' new game, and it came on right after, so it was a bit hard to get it all down. But basically, there are going to be 2 new game modes coming in that look really fun, and there's going to be 3 free-for-all modes that will be going to be added into the game, including Classical Deathmatch, and then the first big piece of DLC coming out will be adding maps, guns, a new demon, equipment, taunts, and more, and it'll be coming out this summer. And I had a lot of fun with Doom, so I gotta say, I cannot wait to see what this DLC has in store for us. So we did talk about Elder Scrolls Online a little bit, that for one, Elder Scrolls Online will be launching in Japan on June 23rd, and more content is already coming so expect that soon. Tuesday, or tomorrow as of this release, the Dark Brotherhood will come out on consoles, the Dark Brotherhood DLC, and will have repeatable quests. And one big thing they will have is no more content restrictions, and it's going to be available for anyone to play with anyone, no matter what faction or level. And I'm not saying that's like, consoles and PC people can play together. I'm saying this as there's going to be no level restrictions anymore. So from what I think it's going to be, everyone's going to be the same level, except for the people who are higher levels are going to have all their skills still, all their options to have better weapons and better items, better equipment. I think that's what it means, and just that everyone's going to be able to, play as their own play together as their own person, pretty much. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to add, but I cannot wait, because I end up playing, when I don't play the Elder Scrolls Online often, but when I do, I end up playing it for hours on end, because it's just addicting in that sort of way. So I can't wait to see what this has in store and what they plan on adding to the Elder Scrolls Online. So Bethesda announced at the conference that They have their own VR system that they've been working with, and pretty much they had at the conference they had 2 games available to play in VR: Doom and Fallout 4. And that they also stated that in 2017, next year, Fallout 4 will be released for VR to everyone. That is astonishing. That is huge, because Fallout 4 is truly amazing. To put everything in VR, just like the Pip-Boy on your wrist, everything, just interacting with things, just, I don't have words to describe how amazing this sounds. And I cannot wait. I am very excited to see what this is going to add for the Fallout franchise. Or even just any game for VR in general, considering it's an open world RPG that's going to be VR. It's, to me, that's insane, because I grew up on games on the PlayStation, on the original PlayStation, the PlayStation 2, playing games like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Destroy All Humans 2, and now we're going from that to Fallout 4 in virtual reality. That is ridiculous to me. It's insane. So another topic they discussed was the Elder Scrolls Legends. It's going to be a card game that apparently is going to be having a campaign that's being told through a moth priest. And it shows, in the trailer they had, it shows the narrator describing how the Emperor is fleeing Cyrodiil, and you're going to be the hero that is going to have to save the day, or in this case probably the world. And apparently, I don't remember exactly if they said it or not, but I think they said it was going to be free, and it will be coming to PC and mobile alike, and tablet, things like that. This is the game most of you probably were waiting for, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too hyped when I heard that Dishonored was getting a sequel. I played Dishonored, the first one, it was amazing. I had a lot of fun with it, but it didn't really seem like a game that really needed a sequel, and I really didn't expect much out of it when I first heard about it. And to be honest, I didn't get into it until I did more research about it, and I got really pumped. Now this is also the portion of the Bethesda conference that actually sort of got a little boring in a sense. I feel like this part was drawn out. It was made way longer than it should have. It felt like half the conference, even longer, listening to it. But the information that was presented, you had to like kind of sneak it out. You had to dissect it inch by inch. But then it would get boring, and then you'd find something really, really interesting and good about the game. Now, you're going to be exploring a new city called Karnaca, and the city is going to be embracing sort of a Greek Mediterranean culture style to the city, instead of the more general steampunk of the city of Dunwall. Now, there is a new game engine that was specifically made for Dishonored 2 called the Void Engine, and where it sort of got it boring was when they started talking about how the city is going to be, you could see the history of the city throughout your playing time, how like the city's been through floods or things like that, and it seemed that's the part that sort of got drawn out. They started talking about that like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's like, I don't need to see this. But it will start and stop in Dunwall, but most of the action is going to be happening in Karnaca, and it's going to be taking place 15 years after the original Dishonored, and you could play as either Corvo or Emily. Now, you must flee the city of Dunwall to reclaim your empire, because someone has stole it from you, basically. But in Karnaca, there's a religious faction called the Overseers, and they are at war with the Howler Gang, and you may aid one or the other. Now, again, this is where it sort of got a little bit boring, but like random storms will be hitting the city that makes it easy to take out enemies, because it blinds them as well as you, though. And the city is also going to be powered by wind. Now, the two factions are fighting for the hearts and minds of the people, using the power... getting a little ahead of myself. And each action you take can influence another faction and make one of them succeed. Now, they showed off a bunch of the powers that Emily's going to be having, because Corvo is going to be having all of his original powers, except they're going to be upgraded in manners you won't believe. and Emily's having a whole new trait set of powers that she's going to be having. And one of the powers she's going to be having is Mesmerize, which Emily can charm enemies so they can't see her at all, and she can walk by them right in front of an enemy and they won't see her. And then there are other actions that are shown off, such as Domino. And one power is if you do one thing to someone, it will happen to every other person if you use that power. And it's shown in the trailer that if you kill someone and they're under the effect of Domino, everyone under the effect of the Domino will be killed as well. And they also included the Shadow Walk, which can be used in stealth or combat. And there is also a mechanic that was introduced that was probably the best part of this whole long, drawn-out portion of the segment, was a mechanic that allows you to go back and forth through time to help solve puzzles and fight and all that sort of things. But it lets you get through places, like it lets you go back in time to when that place was habitable, in when people were still living in a certain place. And they showed it off in a palace where you had to go through the palace and pretty much make your way through it. But in current time, an entrance would be blocked, but if you went back, an entrance could be open, and you could kill people in the past and then go in the present, and the person will never know and never find you because you're in the present and not the past. So there's a lot of things like that that really seemed really interesting, and I cannot wait to actually get my hands on Dishonored. And it will be available November 11th in 2016. November 11th, 2016, the game will be available for Xbox One, PS4, PC, and there is going to be a collector's edition. It has been confirmed. Now, this is all the information that was released at the E3 Bethesda conference, and there was so much information, like more than I even described in the past 17 minutes. There is so much information released, but this is just some of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What are you disappointed about that they didn't show? What are you happy about that they showed? I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions. Please leave a comment below. And what actually made me sad was that they didn't say anything about Wolfenstein, a Wolfenstein sequel, or another Elder Scrolls. I didn't expect much for another Elder Scrolls, but Wolfenstein really made me sad. They didn't say anything about the Evil Dead 2. But what do you guys think? Do you think that all these games are coming out soon? I want to know what you guys think about anything, really. Leave your comments down below, and as always, guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.